guys, welcome to the Rubber Room. It's me, Chris Colley. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in Rochester Hills, Michigan. And I am just checking to be sure I'm in the right spot. I have one more set of cards I wanted to share with you before I leave the Softly Sophisticated group here. This was one of those celebration bundles where you could get the embossing folder and the stamp set. Hang on just one second. I can't see if I'm actually live or not. So I'm gonna pop over there real quick. Thank you for your patience while I figure out what I'm doing here. Sometimes things go that way. So I am here. All right. The Softly Sophisticated was a bundle, and it had these beautiful stamps in it. And then it had this coordinating embossing folder that is just so pretty. It's a little bit hard to see. Let's see if I stick my piece of cardstock under there, if it will kind of pop it up a bit for you. This is like one of my favorite embossing folders. I was hoping that they would like carry it over or have something like it in the new catalog. Can you see all those little like pockets in it? It's just so pretty. And speaking of the new catalog, you guys, if you are a demonstrator, you can now see it online, and it is amazing. It has a new layout and a new total feel to it. It's just gorgeous, so I think you're gonna love it. If you need one now, it's easy to get. You just have to become a demonstrator, and then you'll be able to even get in on the pre-order on April 2nd. So just contact me if you're interested in it, and it's a great opportunity to join my community. We have a wonderful, wonderful team who we work to support each other, and it's just a really nice, fun place to socialize. So let's get started really quick, though. I'm having a hard time leaving this suite, or a bundle. So we're going to start with some crumb cake, and these are cards that I did for our team meeting. So they're all ready to go and all packaged up here. We're going to do something just a little bit different with the ribbons and the bows on the cards that we did for my meeting. We used the In Color ribbon, which I think is a little bit thick, so I'm going to go ahead and use the In Color twine, and we'll see if that makes a difference. If you are on here, leave me a comment and let me know you're watching with me. This is a 8.5 by 5.5 piece of crumb cake, scored on the 8.5-inch side at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to fold it and burnish it on that score line. And then we have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 piece of crumb cake, and this piece has already been embossed, if you can see that on there. And I'm going to use some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals for that, and I don't have any of those in my basket, so I'm going to use these foam adhesive sheets. I just have the mini ones, and I want some big ones. Let's see if I have some big ones in here. Oh, I do. Okay. So you could use foam adhesive sheets. You can use foam adhesive strips. You can use regular dimensionals, mini dimensionals, whatever you want. I just wanted to give this piece a little bit of a boost, so to speak. Because it is kind of a monochromatic match to my card base, I thought that it might need a little more oomph, sort of, to get it up there. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals in the back of it. And then we're going to adhere it to our card front. I am just kind of cleaning up the rubber room today. I'm trying to get rid of some things. We have a retirement list coming out, and we have new products coming in. I wasn't able to make it to on stage this time, but Lori Anderson, who is a wonderful demonstrator friend of mine, was able to pick up my package for me, which I really, really appreciate. And then we're going to take some of this Designer Series paper, which was also part of the Celebration collection. And I'm just going to use my regular Stampin' Seal. And we're going to put that on the background. Lori is shipping all of my onstage goodies to me, so by Wednesday I should have them. I am super excited. It's kind of one of those bittersweet things where you're sad to see things go, excited for some new things. Our new catalog has a totally different layout, as I said. I'm excited about that. So just so many things happening right now at Stampin' Up! It's a great time to be a part of it. Not that there's ever a time when it's not great to be a demonstrator in Stampin' Up! I'm going to take some Pebbled Path, and I am going to stamp my sentiment on this little die cut piece. Every month when we have our team meeting, we do some make and takes. And so all of the dies are cut, and we have as much done as possible for you, just because everybody knows how to die cut, so we don't need a little line at that machine. And it's always nice to come and have something relaxing where you don't have to do all the cutting and all of that kind of fun stuff. So a lot of the work is done for you when you get here. This is a pack of the 2023-2025 in color jute trim, and I am gonna see if I like that a little bit better than I do the ribbon. Okay, so we have a piece of Pebbled Path, and then we have a piece of Basic White that's just going to layer right on top of there. But we're going to put some flowers on this Basic White piece, and we're actually going to use some Pebbled Path for our stems. Hi, Carol. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It's a cold morning out there, isn't it? So we're going to use these stems, and I'm going to kind of start at the bottom and angle them up. And do the same thing here. I am going to cross them just a tad. And we're going to cover that with our sentiment. So that's going to be all right there. And then I am going to stamp our flowers in Lost Lagoon. These are photopolymers, so they are really easy to line up with each other, but I find it's easiest for me to do it when I stamp my larger image first. So I'm just going to kind of take this little bud right here and line that up. Once I get that lined up, everything else kind of just falls into place. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here on that second image that we have. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to grab my chamois real quick. I think I'm going to have to use these stamps more than once, so I'm going to have that by the ready there. Okay, so quick and easy. That's all the stamping that we had to do. And like I said, all of our pieces were already cut out, so we're just going to use some regular Stampin' Seal and layer this Basic White on top of our Pebbled Path. And then I'm also going to add some dimensionals to the back of this one. to remember to keep it up there where you guys can see it. I like to tuck everything in really close to where I am. All right. So I did post a retirement list today for you guys to check out. And remember, they are while supplies last, so things will be going quickly. We know that's how that always goes. I'm going to put some adhesive on the left edge and a dimensional on my right. Here we go. So you do want to get those things before you think they're going to be gone. And the sale prices do not go in effect until April 9th. So keep that in mind also. And some of the things may say they're being retired and they might be carrying over to become online items. So you want to be sure that you're getting what you want before it's no longer available. Now this twine is really kind of rumbly, wiggly, I don't know. So I'm going to take it and put it on top of my blade for my snips, put my thumb on top of that, and just lightly pull it across there, and that will help to straighten it out a bit. And then I'm just going to tie it in a bow. You guys know I'm bunny ears, so you have 2 bunny ears, and back and through over the hole and back up and all that good stuff. Today is my dad's birthday, and my dad is actually the one who taught me to tie when I was little. I am left-handed, and my mother found that very, very frustrating. And so a lot of things my dad had to help me out with, because her and I would just butt heads, and it was easier to kind of keep the peace in the family if she didn't have to teach me how to tie or hold a knife or cut with scissors. She was very understanding, though. She used to buy me left-handed scissors and a left-handed spiral notebook. So she was very supportive. She just really didn't have the patience sometimes that it required to teach me those seemingly natural tasks that other people can do easily and pick up. So, but I did learn how to tie a bow, which is a good thing. Okay, so I'm just going to add some of these gold sequins. Actually, let's see. This sequins pack has that blue in it, which I don't really care for with that, I guess. No, I think I like the gold best with this one. And this actually is the Pastel Adhesive Back Sequence. So there's gold, there's pink, and then there is blue. Okay, where will we put this one? Let's just put it down over here. There we go. And these come in 2 sizes. So you have this kind of medium size, and then you have this smaller one here too. Okay, so that's our first card. And I do have a special going right now. If you order $35 or more by the end of the month using my host code, I will send you a goodie. Free goods. So it could be product, it could be kits, it could be accessories, just lots of different things that I have here that I will be using to say thank you for your order. So this one we're going to do, again, with that same designer series paper that was a part of Stampin' Up. I have a piece of thick, basic white cardstock. This white cardstock is one of the things that's going up in prices. So, up in price. So you might want to stock up on some of that. We're going to see some price increases with the new catalog, and I did also post a list on the website of those for you. So this piece of paper is 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm just gonna put this one down flat with some Stampin' Seal. Woo! Flying paper. This was one of my favorite patterns. I love flowers and gardening, so that always kind of speaks to me. I like being out in nature and just enjoying it, so I tend to lean more towards the neutrals and towards the more natural, outdoorsy kind of stamp sets. I'm going to put these away before I get them all mixed up here. Trying to keep my spot a little bit organized so that I'm not losing things as we go along here. Bunny ears have always worked for me, Kara. I think they do for a lot of people. In fact, that's how I taught my kids how to tie also. So, hey, I'm having a hard time getting these back in here. So, there we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp up my sentiment right on this piece here. And again, I'm going to stamp the hello there. And I'm going to stamp it in the pebbled path. I'm going to stamp it up towards the top of my circle. This is a Stylish Shapes die. And I think it's like the third smallest one in. And I'm going to set that aside. And then we have the, this one is from Color and Contours. And that's a die. It has a great little stitching around it and the kind of doily edges. And then this piece of paper is going to stick right on the top of that. So it'll layer right up. So again, I'm going to use some Pebbled Path ink. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I'm going to put two flower stems. And then I'm going to come in with my flower. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for it. Lost Lagoon just coordinates with that paper, so it keeps it easy. And again, I've stamped the darker, bolder, bigger image first, so that it's easier for me to line up my smaller flower image. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line my bud up here with the bud on my stamp. And then the other pieces are just going to kind of fall into place. Okay, there I go. And I'm going to re-ink and do the same thing up here. The two-step stamping really gives you some dimension and depth very easily when you can add your pieces together like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this die cut piece is going to go down flat just with some regular Stampin' Seal. And I always kind of just set it on there first and then go back and press it down, because sometimes I don't get it really straight my first time. And the side just needs to come down a hair. Sometimes I really have to look at it. There we go. I think that's better. When I'm looking down, sometimes it doesn't look so straight. So I'm going to put my piece with my stamping on it up. And I intentionally used different accessories on all three of these cards. Sometimes we get caught up in, if I'm using in color paper or in color ribbon, then I need in color accessories. And that's not always the case. So I did use 3 different accessories on each of the cards. Let's just make sure I'm going the right way. guys ever have those days where nothing is the right way? Okay, and again, the same thing on the right side. I'm going to put some adhesive, and on the left, I'm going to put a dimensional. And that dimensional on the left is going to keep that left side lifted like the front of our card is. Or not the front of our card, but the stamped image piece is. So I'm just going to kind of put that right there. And again, I'm going to use this pebbled path and tie my bow. So I'm going to use my bone folder to smooth it out just because it was right there. And I'm going to leave it hooked up so that I can kind of gauge how much I need. That really didn't make it straight enough for me, so I'm going to grab my scissors. Oh, much better. Much, much better. Okay, let's get our bunny ears going. Bunny ears are kind of perfect for this time of years. I know, I'm sad that those dies are retiring also. They're kind of staples, and I'm pretty sure, Carol, that those might be one of the first things that go because they are a staple, and I love those little scallops. They're kind of perfect for everything. And they just add a, kind of this soft feminine touch, I think. Okay, so I like that bow. I'm going with that. I'm going to put it on with a dimensional. These cards are super quick and easy to do. And I'm glad I had a couple kits left over because I really like them. And I always need cards like for no occasion. See how like kinky that is? That's why I try and straighten it so it works a little bit easier for me. Okay, so for this one, got little hairs there. I'm gonna put that down just a little bit. Okay, and for this one, I used these, they're kind of masculine looking. They're called adhesive sparkle gems, adhesive backed sparkle gems. And so they have gold, kind of a coppery gold maybe, silver, and black. I'm actually going to use the silver, which is has kind of a clear look to it. And they come in the medium size and then a smaller size. I use that smaller size a lot. I just have one little one left there. So we're going to use these kind of clear ones today. And I think I'll use one big one and then put some smaller ones with it. We'll go right there. And then I think I'll put one big one kind of down here in the corner. This is much easier to do with your take your pick tool, but sometimes I have a memory issue and it doesn't really make it back into my basket. So here we go. And you can see that these gems work just as nicely as the in color gems would. You could also use the gold on it like we did on our last one. Goes back in there. And there we go. That is card number 2. See how easy these are, you guys? It's just, they're just a pleasure to make. So, and leave me a comment and let me know if you like the ribbon or the twine better. I kind of prefer the twine, but leave me a comment and let me know. And here, let's see, where did I put my first one? Here's our first one with the ribbon or the twine. Okay. And we have one more, and this one is going to be our wild wheat. I love that, right? Let's see. We're going to get my pieces out here. I'm going to use the in color dots for this one. And these are the 2023 to 2025 in color dots. And they come in all 5 of the colors that are the new in colors. My little pack is very well loved, as you can see. So we have lots of pieces here. This one is die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. Those 2 are also kind of a staple. So if you don't have the Stylish Shapes, you definitely need it. Okay, so let's get this out of here. This is just a little scrap piece of paper, and I am going to stamp my flowers on it. So I'm going to have to clean them off because we're going to use the same ones we just used. Just want to give them a quick little spritz here. Get them nice and clean. I need to clean my blocks. I have never cleaned, I usually use Gooby Gone or whatever it is that takes the sticky off them, but this time I think I'm actually going to take them and do them in my dishwasher, just because people say you can, and I want to see if the people are right. Oh, W, these cards were your favorites? Oh, I'm so glad you like them. I struggle sometimes for what to do, but as long as I like it, I figure, okay, my team's going to like it. So I'm glad that you did. This is just some wild wheat and a scrap piece of paper that I managed to stamp right off the side of. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again, because that's the kind of morning I am having. All right. We are going to put that right in the center. Yesterday was kind of one of those days that I had so much going on that the day just kind of got away from me. So today I have lots and lots to do, and hopefully it will get a little bit smoother than my morning has been. But I did get my exercise in, so that's a good thing. And I am going to start off, this is going to be my Calypso Coral. And I'm going to do the same thing. I stamped my biggest, boldest image first, because that's easier for me to line up. There we go. I actually do some yoga first thing in the morning, so that kind of gets me on path to start my day and stay a little bit focused. So we'll see if it kicks in pretty soon. Okay, so we're going to stamp our sentiment, which this one is "You're in my thoughts." And I think we can probably use this one too. That says, "I really appreciate you." We've had so many deaths in our family in the past month or 2. I guess it started in January, that I'm sending out a lot of hello there, and you're in my thoughts. And so I'm going to do another one that's "You're in my thoughts." It's going to go right. I'm stamping it on my right side because I am going to fancy cut my flowers. And I normally wouldn't have them already cut, but I did not. So I'm going to do that while you guys are watching. And I'll do it quickly. These are some fairly easy images to cut around, and I like to cut. I think cutting is kind of one of those relaxing things that we do. Sometimes I take things upstairs and cut while I'm watching TV with my husband. And sometimes I just need a break and I come down to the rubber room and turn some oldies music on. I like oldies rock and roll music, so I'll come down and do some cutting while I'm relaxing to some music. And it's one of those things that just sometimes I need to sit and do and unwind. So And these are some of my favorite colors. We do have new in colors, you guys, which I am also excited about. One that's going to be joining our neutrals. So we have our 5 new in colors, but then we also have one called Basic Beige, and that's going to become part of our neutrals pack of colors, which will be kind of fun. I'm anxious to see it. My friend Laura shipped my goods, so I will have some things in hand probably Wednesday night. My UPS guy usually doesn't come until late, and that's also, I did my product premiere purchase. I think that's what they call it. I was not able to go to Onstage, but I did get some of the perks because I was registered for it. And the product purchase premiere is one of those. So I'm excited to get some products in and get my hands on them. We do a sweet swap, so I want to get on top of that. We also do swaps for our incentive trip. So at the end of April, I will be heading to Florida to spend a few days with my sister-in-law, and then we are going to go to Mexico and for the incentive trip, and so that will be lots of fun. I have we traveled together with to Florida, and I often visit them. They visit here, so she's going to be a really good travel partner. We're excited. Other demonstrators are going, and one of the things we want to do is swim with the dolphins while we're there, which should be a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. So, but before that, we have all this new catalog excitement and new changes coming up, changes to the new catalog. It's going to be a really exciting couple months at Stampin' Up! Plus, we have new products that came out this month that our customers could order from online exclusives, and we're starting to play with those. I actually have an online exclusive extravaganza coming up, so I'm very, very excited about that. I love some of the online exclusives, and so I'm looking forward to an opportunity to share those with you. I also have a masking class coming up. There are masks in our mini catalog, the Enduring Beauty masks, which make some beautiful flowers and have coordinated embossing folders, and masking is a great way to add some dimension and depth to your cards. So that class is coming up. In fact, I think you only have 2 more days to RSVP for that class. So you want to be sure and do that. I think it's on a Friday night from 6 to 9, which will be a lot of fun. Sometimes those Friday night classes involve a little bit of wine and some relaxation and unwind time from everybody's busy week. So it's going to be a great time. And it will, in your costs, include some masks and some Stampin' Spots, so you'll be all set to take it home and make more. So this is an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of wild wheat. Jan says, I would rather color than cut. I know you would, Jan. And I don't blame you for that. I kind of like both of them. I find both of them very relaxing. So, okay, so I have just this strip of basic white that we've already embossed with the coordinating embossing folder. And I'm just going to put these pieces down flat because I am going to add some dimension with my, got a little goober there, with my flower. I'm going to put my flower up on dimensionals. I don't like to put everything on my card up on dimensionals because then I find my eye doesn't really know where to go and what to look at. So I find if I just put a few things up on dimensionals that I still can find a focus spot. And I'm going to put my piece of DSP butted up right next to it. There we go. And then I'm going to put my little banner down. Oh, Cindy, what a great idea. So your surgery is Wednesday on your foot. We'll say some extra prayers for you. And I'm sure your surgeons would all like cards from you. Your cards are just gorgeous. So I'm going to add this kind of towards the bottom. And then I am going to put some dimensionals on here. I'm going to put it over here so I can actually see where they're going, because I did that little boo-boo on the back of that, you guys. All right, so then I'm just going to put this right there like that. And I'm going to do a piece of wild wheat twine. And again, I'm going to do the same thing and try and get some of that bouncy stuff up there. And I think I'm going to go just a little smaller this time with my bow, because it's going to be on the bottom of my flower as opposed to the bottom of a sentiment. So I want to make it a little more in line with the size of the image where it's going to go. And I'm thinking that that might be, yeah, I like that. So we'll cut these a little bit smaller with my new paper snips. I'm loving it. Paper snips is one of those things that's going to go up in the new catalog. So I am going to be stocking up. Actually, I'm going to stock up on white paper, on paper snips. I have a list of things, which I'm kind of sad about, because I wanted to have a list of things to order from the new catalog, but it all works out in the end. And one of the biggest perks of being a demonstrator is that you get that discount. So that always, of course, helps. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this piece. And that's going to go right there. And then, ooh, that little guy does not want to stay down. I'll have to put some weight on him. As promised, we have our wild wheat. These little guys have been stuck to just about everything since I took them out of the box today. Okay, so I'm going to, and these come in 3 sizes. You can see large, medium, and small there. And I think I'm going to put a large one kind of right in here with the medium one next to, I think I'll do a small one next to it. Nope, I'm going to go medium next to it. There we go. And then I'm going to do another large one kind of right in here. No, I think I'm actually going to go small there. I'm going to go small right there. Well, that's not really where I wanted it, but it looks good there. So that's where we will leave it, okay? So this is the 3rd card. And again, drop me a comment and let me know. Are you a fan of the ribbon or of the twine? I think I like the twine better. But I'm never sure. Okay, so just drop me a comment and let me know if you have any questions. Drop me a comment and let me know. I'll put a link on here that you can use to place your order, a minimum $35 order, and you'll get some free goodies from me, free gifts that I know you're going to love. So thanks for tuning in today, you guys. Debbie, I like the twine too, Debbie. I think it kind of is more size-wise, fits more size-wise. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll chat with you again soon. Bye-bye.